Hey, good morning guys. You catch us at the restaurant we visit the most. I mean, we are here at least 5 or 6 days a week for our breakfast. And it's hard. It hasn't got a name. It has, but it's in Thai. So anyway, right here, Star Beach Condo between Soi 4 and 5 on Pratam Nak. And there's the restaurant there behind us. Back, what's the name?
Ta Chuap.
Ta Chuap.
Yeah, it's the chef name.
Okay, so that's going to help you find it. But anyway, between Soi 4, Soi 5, Star Beach Condo. And tonight, today we've got some special treat for you. Breakfast here. Then tonight we're going to go see Barry Upton play at O'Gara's in Tara Court. And then I'm going to do an interview with him. So you get food, music and interviews, all three. Okay, so let's go see what's for breakfast. It's not Kai Jiao Musa. So let's go see what's for breakfast. What is it, honey? Yeah, so come on, let's see what's for breakfast. It'll be my usual. Khao Pat Gai, Kai Dao.
Yeah, you know.
My sook. What are you having today, honey?
Pad Thai Gung.
Pad Thai Gung, okay. This is nice. Warning, they shut at 4:30, so don't come for dinner. I might as well show you it whilst I'm stood up. Yeah, Khao Pat Gai. I never get fed up. I always have the same. Nong Pad Thai Gung Mun Sen, yes? Yeah. She likes them kind of noodles. They're more healthy. And these things here, the banana flowers, she loves them. Louis couldn't wait to get the tails off her prawns.
Extra prawn today.
Extra prawn, yeah. She's put on a couple of extra. Listen, I'll put the menu up there just so you can see what they've got and the prices. You've got to be careful. If you go into a place, on rice is one price and rice separate, it's totally different price but totally different quantities. So you'll sometimes go in and you'll order it and they'll think, oh, they want it, like take away, not on rice. So the rice is separate. And you look at your bill and you say, why is it so expensive? So on rice. So I always order my egg, my souk, just kind of runny in the middle. Oh, you've got to have a bit of manao. It's not the healthiest breakfast, but it's better than having a fry up every day. I've tried Nong on the Weetabix, the cornflakes and even the porridge. You not like Prang breakfast?
Hungry in 20 minutes.
It doesn't keep her full. That'll last you, yeah? So, just give you a chance to see where we dine every morning. And we normally phone before we leave the condo. We did this morning. And by the time we get here, breakfast's on the table. So anyway, enjoy and come and see us with Barry tonight and we'll meet up with him afterwards. Okay, cheers.
On YouTube, we uploaded our first video, which is a brand new original song.
Yeah, so I hope you like Barry's singing. now you get to speak to him as well. He's good up in Tara Court. It's a couple of times we've been there. We've always had a great night. How long have you been playing there for, Barry?
Oh, it's just a new thing actually. I've been to Tara Court many times and never ever played there until just recently. It's only because of Coco, and she said, "Will you come and play with me there?"
Yeah. So you're fairly new to Tara Court, yeah?
Yes, but I've been playing venues all over Pattaya for well, I don't know, between 10 and 13 years.
So what made you move to Pattaya?
The music business was kind of declining in the noughties, and I was doing this. I had a 5-album deal with a company called Gut Records, and I was producing these albums, and then you had to go to London to get them mastered, and then deliver it to the record company. And then one day they said, "Oh, we've got this server that you can upload the files to, and then we can download them." I went, "How does that work?" You know. So anyway, we did it, and it works. And I suddenly thought, I could be doing this anywhere.
And what better place to be?
What am I doing staying in the UK? So I looked around, and a couple of friends of mine had already moved here.
Okay.
So I came and stayed in his, or one of my friends' houses that he just had built, and then I went and bought his house. That's an impulse thing. I went, "This is fantastic. This place has everything." So I moved into that, and I'm still in the same house, and I'm loving it.
Oh, great. So that's, how long is it you've been in that house?
13 years now.
13
Over
years?
13 years
Just
now,
over.
yeah.
Right. So some of you probably know, because Barry plays in a lot of places around the town, and actually we're sitting here today at the Classroom on Soy 13-4.
Yeah.
How often do you play here? Every week?
Every week, yeah, on a weekly basis. I've been playing it probably for about 4 or 5 years now. Obviously we had a bit of a break during the COVID period, but Pete Stonebridge, who owns this place, he's had this place. This was one of the very first ever go-go bars.
Really?
I know that the TQ bar was the very first.
Yeah.
But this was one of
But
the
it's
first.
an established place.
It used to attract a lot of the military when they came in, or the Navy, you know, when they came into port. This was a place that they all came to. But in recent years, he's turned it into a music lounge and a sports bar.
Okay, so it's kind of changed a little bit.
And I was the first one to play here as a musician. I'm still here.
Right. So, as I say, most of the people, you'll know Barry from round the town, you know, maybe seen him singing in places, but he's got quite a celebrity status.
You've seen me on TV, Interference.
Yeah, but come on, let's go back a bit to when, when music was everything to you. Because now you're enjoying life, it's a bit more relaxed.
All kinds of things.
Yeah. So let's go back a bit. Let's go back to the 80s.
Yes.
Before there was computers and servers
That's right.
and all that.
Yeah, when we had to make proper music.
Yeah.
Actually, drum machines were just coming in when I joined Brotherhood of Man. I knew all about this kind of technology, and I started introducing a little bit of it into our productions.
All right.
And synthesizers, things like that, you know, were still in their infancy to a certain extent.
But they were there.
But they were there.
Chords and things like
And
that.
I kind of like had these new ideas when I joined the group because one of the guys had a family, and they were touring constantly after the Eurovision win.
This is Brotherhood of Man.
Brotherhood of Man, and they were looking for somebody to replace him, you know, because he wanted to spend more time at home with his kids. And I looked a little bit like him at the time,
So they would just slip him in. Nobody
they
noticed.
just snuck me in there, you know, and nobody really noticed much difference.
All right. Now I must admit, last week I went to Tara Court to Agara's, and Barry was playing, and I've got a thing on my phone that, you know, comes out like an LED banner, and I says, "Do the dance, do the dance," and he had me up on the stage doing the.
Sorry, if you want me to do the dance right, you're going to
come
do
and
it
join
with me, right?
And I get up there, yes.
And I showed you it.
Yes.
And it's different to how you thought it was, isn't it?
Well,
A lot
bit.
of people think it's all like the,
it's like
the chicken dance,
song, yeah.
But it's not.
But it's all your legs.
It's all to the.
It's all your legs
with
and
the
your
feet.
Yeah. So let's forget about that. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Yeah.
Luckily,
You
nobody.
don't get that in many places, do you? A bit of choreography teaching.
No, it was good. So what did you do after Brotherhood of Man?
Well, the great thing about being with Brotherhood of Man was we were in top studios. I was working with top engineers, and I just learned the craft of recording. So I became a producer, and funnily enough, at the time, in the mid-80s, it was really hip and cool to be a DJ. So I became a top Mecca DJ at the Hammersmith Palais and the Ilford Palais and places like that. And I was producing some dance music, I was producing Frankie Vaughan, I produced the Nolans, I was doing this big,
Some big names in there.
a big variety of stars, you know.
Yeah.
That were, and I even remixed a Wilson Pickett track, which was, you know, these things were being offered to me, and I'm going, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know? And so I was really enjoying spending most of my life in the studio. Although at night time I was, you know, out working in the nightclubs, and that was a great place to try your productions out.
Yeah, no, of
So
course,
I would slip one in, you know, just to see what the audience reaction was
vibe.
like. And it was a great learning process. You know?
I can imagine. So, the other big group you were involved with.
Yes, Steps. Well, what happened there was at the end of the 80s and beginning of the 90s, dance music suddenly changed. It was all melodic and it was all lovely, and Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston and things like this. And then all of a sudden it changed in the beginning of the 90s to boom chip, boom chip, boom chip, and it was rave music came in. And then the nightclub said, oh, we don't really want you talking and being a personality, we just want you to mix.
Just beat music.
So I thought, oh, that's boring, I don't want to do that. Anyone can do that, really. But especially now, just press beat match, that's it.
That's it.
All these DJs are twiddling knobs and going like this.
It's all for the camera.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's beat match, that's all you need to do. What I did was I made a 180-degree turn and got into country music. And the reason for that was because I've been songwriting. And I learnt the art of songwriting when I was with Brother the Man with some great songwriters. And all the way through that period in the 80s, songs were still key. But it kind of went out of it in the early 90s. But in country music in Nashville, which was suddenly becoming, there were influences from R&B and there was from rock. You know, it suddenly became very English, you know, rather than yeehaw, you know. And I loved all that, so I kept going to Nashville. I went Nashville, writing and recording country music for line dance albums, because line dancing was rising and rising all through the 90s, and that was the way for me to get my country music out, was on line dance albums.
So, any line dancing going on at Taracoa? O'Gara's?
I could show you a line dance. Next time you're there, right?
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
I will show you a line dance, and it culminated in me actually producing these line dance songs, and everybody kept saying to me, why don't you do a pop line dance? And I thought, oh, I don't know, how can I do that? And then it suddenly dawned on me, okay, something like the Spice Girls and the Backstreet Boys mixed together, so girls and guys dancing together, and then I came up with the title 5, 6, 7, 8, which is how you count dances in. Musicians count in songs 1, 2, 3, 4, but choreographers always go 5, 6, 7, because it's all in beats of 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I wonder if anyone's written a song called 5, 6, 7, 8. So I contacted PRS, which is Performing Rights Society, and they said no, that's it, that's the title, that's the one. And then I built it up from there, got in touch with a guy who was organising the National Line Dance Championships called Steve Crosby, and together we put Steps together. We auditioned and put the group together, not convinced that it was going to take off, especially after getting turned down by nearly every major label.
But here we are, how many years?
25.
25,
Just had
26
the
years.
25th anniversary.
And they're back on again, yeah?
Well, no, they kind of stopped for a little while, and then they came back with a Sky documentary, but they're bigger than ever now.
Yeah.
And the song which I wrote, 5, 6, 7, 8, is still a big party classic.
Still
worldwide.
making you money?
Yes.
A happy man.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Well, what else is happening in life? Because now you're in Thailand, you're in Pattaya. I mean, 13 years. You've been here. Like, I'm 10, so you've been here a few years more than myself.
Yeah.
And you've established your life here. What's next for
Well,
Barry Upton?
Well, I've been doing the radio for all that time, and I've 96 FM, and I've been doing TV and TV presentation. Plus, I learned how to edit, which is an important thing early on. So I was able to make TV programs.
Okay.
So now I just love making albums with a video. And I think that the age of YouTube, which you know very, very well, this is all what you're about, you know the power of YouTube. YouTube is, I watch it all the time. I watch you eating your dinner, and then I'll watch a travel log somewhere, and it's just interesting to go around the world
without leaving your sofa.
Exactly. People are making fantastic videos now.
I think that there's a huge amount of content out there.
Yeah.
But come on, let me into the inner circle. Tell me what you're doing now.
Well, okay, I've just been doing a couple of albums where the video was really the prime thing in my mind. So my original concept was me sitting in a tropical beach cafe somewhere on a beach, looking at girls walking past in bikinis. So I
bet you there's a few guys got the same concept.
I thought this is a way to get people to watch my songs on YouTube. And so I wrote all the songs with that in mind, and then filmed them and edited them, and it was great fun to make. Really great fun to make. So I've realised that this is the way forward now, is that I have the whole visual concept in my head as I'm writing the songs. Right. So the latest thing I'm doing now is with the aforementioned Coco, who's from China. She's a great singer, but she's never sung anything original. So I just said to her, why don't I write something for you, and we'll make a video, and that's exactly what we're doing now.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds really interesting. So, any other places in town that people can catch you?
Yes, there's the Thai Garden Resort on a Saturday night.
Oh, that's a nice night out.
It's a classy place with a fantastic buffet, and also we've got Tara Court, we've got Classroom, and that's about it.
That's 3 nights.
I don't want to do too much.
Yeah, you're not a young lad.
No, I'm not as young as I used to be. It's funny though. Isn't
Me
it?
too. Me too.
I suddenly realised that I'm now the same age as old people. Have you?
No, I'm not quite there.
You're not quite there yet.
I am. Truly, I am. All right. Well, Barry, listen. Thank you so much for
Pleasure.
Well, thanks for entertaining me first off, because I had a great night at Tara Court.
Okay.
Right? I keep calling it Tara Court. It's O'Gara's
It's
Bar.
O'Gara's Bar in Tara Court.
Yeah. And I had a great night, and the missus enjoyed herself, so we had a great laugh and a right blast. And I think Jim and Pooey were there all the early hours. And thank you for letting me talk to you today and get an insight.
Anytime you like.
Happening.
Anytime you like.
Guys, Barry Upton, remember down there, Fab Baz Music
TV. There you go.
And I'll put his YouTube link in below in the comments. Okay, so go and have a look, see all these girls in bikinis and dancing.
There's going to be more.
So guys, thanks for joining us once again, and Nong and myself will be out again very soon, showing you some places to eat, and it might even be a trip to Bangkok. If I can get her into bikinis, that's why she's trying to lose weight.
She could be in my next video.
She'll say I'm too old. And you know what Thais are like, anything over 30, I'm too old.
I think she could. I think she could qualify.
Alright guys, thanks once again. Okay, we'll see you next time. We're out and about. Bye for now.